Welcome back to caricarzcom, folks. My name is Tariq Azmi, and in today's video, I'm going to give you a very in-depth walkthrough and review of this, the newly facelifted third generation or G05 BMW X5 xDrive50e. What's this plug-in hybrid luxury SUV all about? Well, let's find out. Alright, the third generation X5 was introduced earlier this year in facelifted form as featured, and for our market, this locally assembled offering comes treated fully with the M Sport package to give it a sportier, slightly angrier look. But when you look past all the additions, it actually looks a lot more handsome than it used to be. And that's because it's rocking a brand new front bumper design. The M Sport treatment adds this gloss black inserts for the vents. Looks really nice, very sporty, very angry. New up front as well are the all LED headlights that feature updated DRL signatures. And the front grills have also been revised and they also light up at night. Moving to the side profile, it's business as usual here. Looks like the third generation X5 in pre-facelift form until you look into the details, because as you can see, this car is treated with the M Sport kit, so it gets the black accent for the exterior, plus the all-important M badge right here in the charging flap. We'll get to the charging in a bit later, but again, into the details, check these out. These are massive 21-inch two-tone M light alloy wheels, and I think they look fantastic. And the size is fitting given how big the X5 is, and hiding behind those wheels, M Sport brake calipers finished in blue. Alright, moving to the rear profile, changes here is a lot less visible than the front end, but you can still note things like this new X-shaped LED taillight graphic. I think it looks pretty ons. New here too is the xDrive50e badge, and because this variant is treated with the M Sport kit, it gets a very sporty rear spoiler and a sportier looking rear bumper complete with a built-in rear diffuser element. There's a slight touch of chrome in the tailpipes to give it that upmarket look and feel. My favorite part about the rear end of this facelifted X5 is its standard equipped powered tailgate with split tailgate function. It's very nifty. It gives you easier access to this massive boot, or should you be in a picnicky mood, it's a great place to just chill out at. And now we move under the hood, because this is where arguably the most important update has taken place in this facelifted X5 model. What you see here is a signature BMW B58 3-litre straight 6 turbo. This is in fact loosely similar to what you find in any M40i or the GR Supra model. This is in fact a sports car engine, ladies and gentlemen, but in this big, massive luxury SUV, it's paired with BMW's latest 5th generation plug-in hybrid setup. All together, petrol and electric merged together to generate a whopping 489 horsepower and 700 Newton meters of torque. That's very much near V8 levels of output. Altogether, it drives all four wheels through BMW's xDrive all-wheel drive system and a slick 8-speed automatic, and it sees 0 to 100 km/h done in just 4.8 seconds. Now, the 5th generation BMW plug-in hybrid system I mentioned earlier sees this X5 come with a larger new 29.5 kWh lithium-ion battery pack. At a full charge, it promises to deliver up to 110 kilometers of all-electric travel, up to speeds of 140 kilometers an hour. As for charging, as you can see, it accepts AC up to 7.4 kilowatts, and if you charge it at that maximum rate, BMW says a full charge can be attained in just 4.5 hours. Alright, moving into the cabin, and I'll go straight into the most important change. They're all up here up front, because as you can see, the facelifted X5 gets BMW's latest curved display module, and down in the center stack, there's a revised control interface complete with this new and updated gear selector assembly with this crystal looking switch. Now, the real highlight here is definitely the digital displays mentioned earlier, because these now run BMW's latest operating system 8.5. As mentioned, it's the new curved display module. It looks very nice, very crisp, very fast with reaction. It's not the most user-friendly thing out here, but it does offer a lot of enhanced data and connectivity-driven functions, including navigation. But don't worry, it still also offers the usual wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto connectivity. I will also highlight that this system is paired with a lovely and crisp-sounding Harman Kardon surround audio system. Okay, enough talk. Let's find out how this electrified new BMW X5 is like to drive, shall we? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, driving the BMW X5 xDrive50e. Unsurprisingly, when you have a sports car engine up front and you pair it up with a plug-in hybrid system, there's bound to be magic. This car, despite the fact that it is big and heavy, it's rapid. 0 to 100 takes a rather brisk 4.8 seconds. That's very fast. And I'll just be frank, this is not built for the Plus Highway or the Max Highway, but the Autobahn, because it will hit such high speeds effortlessly. Now, the other thing I love about this setup is the fact that it uses a 3-litre straight 6 turbo as its base, unlike some rivals that use a smaller 2-litre 4-cylinder turbo. Now, the result is a car that just feels very effortless and very, it doesn't feel lumbering as what its size tends to suggest, and I think that just makes this car feel a lot nicer to be in. Now, again, having the Bavarian badge means this car promises to drive very well, and it delivers on it brilliantly. BMW knows how to make almost anything drive as good as its, well, benchmark setting 3 Series and 5 Series saloons, even though, something like this is lifted on stilts and weighs a lot more. So the other thing I want to add, this car, though it delivers near V8-like performance, it doesn't come with the V8 thirst for fuel. In fact, you get near diesel-like mileage thanks to the added electrification. If you drive this car right, especially in its Eco Pro hybrid mode, you can achieve a fuel average as low as 2.3 litres per 100 km, and I think that's fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, it's fast, it's surprisingly efficient, and it's very, very nice and agile to hustle through the twisties with. What is surprising to note is the fact that the X5 xDrive50e is also very, very refined and comfortable. A lot of this stems from the fact that it rides on trick air suspension. It's also height adjustable, so it just adds to the versatility. And I can tell you now, folks, having driven it for quite a while, it just glides and over undulations and soaks up bumps as if they were not there. It's so comfortable, and I would guarantee anyone driven and seated in the back would not feel any sort of discomfort. More so if you drive it at relatively sane pace is what I'm doing right now. Adding to it all is the plug-in hybrid system's electrification, because when you're doing all this while running on full electric, it just feels so comfortable thanks to the silence, and it just lets you enjoy other things like the Harman Kardon sound system a bit better. Apart from which, what adds to this X5 drive is also the amount of high-tech, active and advanced driver assistance system laced through the BMW Driving Assistant Professional package. There's a lot to list here, but I'll just be frank and tell you, at certain times this car feels like it could almost drive itself, and it just inspires a lot of confidence when it comes to, being in hairy situations or unsafe situations, because this car can handle quite a bit and prevent quite a bit. I'll leave you to gauge on the BMW ADAS package on your own, but I'll tell you now, it's really quite a package, and I would argue all of which, plus everything else I mentioned earlier, perhaps justifies this car's rather steep asking price. Okay, something to add on about the comfort. The car is actually very quiet. In fact, if you keep it at regular highway speeds, there's very little noise apart from the slight engine roar if you're driving fast. And should you be driving at Autobahn speeds, you will notice there's a bit of wind noise intrusion and some slight tire roar. The latter expected because this car rolls on run-flat tires. I just don't know how tire makers can't make quiet run-flat tires these days, but such is the price to pay, but it's a very small one to pay nonetheless. Now, having factored in all the merits plus just a few niggles I highlighted earlier, with any luxury automobile, the most important question boils down to price and whether you are willing to meet it or not. In the case of this BMW X5 xDrive50e, though it is locally assembled in Kulim, Kedah, it still costs a pretty penny. In fact, things starts at 486,800 ringgit at its base, or should you elect to opt in for the BMW Service and Repair Inclusive Plus Extended Warranty package, the price goes up to a whopping 528,100 ringgit. Now, I'll let you ponder whether if that is expensive or not. And that's basically everything I can tell you about the facelifted third generation BMW X5 xDrive50e. As far as mid-sized luxurious SUVs as such go, I will argue this is perhaps the most complete, the most versatile package money can buy today. I love the fact that it does a lot of things that most of its rivals simply cannot. And to get it at the price I mentioned earlier, even with the extended warranty and service package there's tremendous value for money here. It's sporty, versatile, luxurious, high-tech. What more do you want? Well, that's just my opinion of this Bavarian that's made in Kulim. What do you think of this lovely looking SUV? Hit the comments below with your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And as always, visit caricarzcom/news for more.